to the Valley of the Old Farm, and I've just had the notification that I need to take my migraine meds, which is really quite apt because my head hurts rather a lot. We are going to recharge the case tractor and then sell all of the electric charge and the methane, mainly because the electric charge is full. Apologies, my nose is kind of blocked up today. It's been a bit of an emotional day, so that's why it's all blocked up. But we're going to talk about some farming, maybe some mental health stuff. I'm not sure, but we're going to start off by leasing a slurry spreader, or is it a digestate spreader when you spread digestate? I'm not sure. So yeah, it was Mental Health Awareness Week last week. This is attempt number 4 of me recording this commentary, and I'm hoping that I get through things a little bit more coherently this time. So I've spoken about in the past, I think Mrs. D has had some mental health issues. I think I've spoken about that. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. She has, along with health issues. In the past, I've had some mental health issues. I'm not sure I've spoken about those quite so much. And they got quite bad at the weekend. And they kind of came to a head this morning. It's Monday. And I didn't want to get out of the car when I got to work for a variety of reasons. And thankfully, I have an amazing wife. So I spoke to her and spoke about some of the things that were causing me issues. And she's got me a doctor's appointment. So seeing the doctor next week. They're not about anything super urgent and, that kind of thing. They're long-term things that have been around forever, but have kind of got to the point where I'm struggling to manage some of them. So gonna get myself to the doctor next week. It's gonna be tough. Gonna have a chat to the doctor about them and go from there. So yeah. And it's been it was a rough weekend. I wasn't feeling great mentally, and it kind of came to a head this morning, and so I thankfully was able to, really hard actually, but I spoke to Mrs. D about it. She was awesome, and going to get some stuff sorted. And I think that's the important bit, and that's the bit that I want to get. I guess the thing that I want to say is, if you're having problems with your mental health, find someone that you're comfortable talking to, however that is. I tried sorting some of it online over the weekend, and I couldn't. The thing that I wanted help with, in the UK, it seems you have to go to a doctor for. So I spoke to Mrs. D, and I was trying to sort this at the weekend, but I got so far, and it was like, and now you go to the GP. I was like, so her response was, okay, you go to the GP. So that's what's happening. And we'll go from there. I'm not going to, well, some of you might know what I'm talking about, because some of you know how my brain is. It's just how my brain is. And I want to see if I can get some help with, I'm struggling to cope sometimes with processing how my brain is. And I want to see if I can get some help with that. So, and you can't do it online in the UK. You can get so far, but only so far. So, yeah. That was causing me some mental health challenges recently. As say over the weekend it got bad. It's been recently. So yeah, I'm lucky. I have an awesome wife. But yeah, ultimately the thing that people say helps really did help today. Talking, and that's it's kind of why I've been battling on to take 4 of trying to talk about this a little bit, and not be a emotional wreck, which is what I've been the last few days, and have something that I can actually edit into a video, because it was a mess. So hey, and something that I was comfortable with sharing with the internet, because until what time are we? Less than 12 hours ago, I was not even comfortable talking about this to the person that I'm married to and love. So yeah, this is weird. This is very weird. So yeah, and did I mention it was Mental Health Awareness Week last week? I wasn't aware of that until I saw a post from Scroft, so I completely missed it. But yeah, mental health, it is mental and it sucks sometimes, but get help. That's it. That's kind of it. Hopefully that was a seamless edit. I'm not sure. I had to go blow my nose, because it's been attempting to get this first bit recorded talking about mental health has been a bit of a battle. So we're going to talk about Farm Sim now, because playing Farm Sim is one of the things that I do to help with that. I escape into a virtual world. Maybe that's not a good thing, but it helps. And so I did a bunch of jobs in this video. You'll have seen so far we started off with some digestate spreading. We've got a ton of digestate, and quite a few fields that need fertilizing actually. So we've got all of the grass fields, all of the alfalfa fields. Realistically, we should be getting digestate on the barley field next to us. I should probably have hung on to the spreader, but I don't in the end. And then once we've got a few yard jobs done next game day, we're going to skip ahead to July and the wheat, and it helps if you turn on the spreader. The wheat and the oats are going to be ready to harvest. We're not going to do all of that today, because I think basically by the time I got the wheat harvested, I was falling asleep. Yeah. There's a lot of crashing this weekend. My phone is beeping at me because it's reminding me to take my migraine medication, and boy is my head hurting this evening. So yeah, just going to snooze that for long enough to do this, because why am I snoozing taking my migraine medication when I have a migraine? Because it's not instant. It's a preventative medication, not an abortive medication. So should we talk about how migraine medication works? There are 2 types of migraine medication that I have. There's a preventative that I take every single day. The idea being that it stops you getting migraines. The problem is I ran out of that last week while I was away, and in the week that I've been taking it again, it has not taken control of my migraines properly, and I think I'd missed quite a few doses last week because I was kind of stressed. Or over the weekend because I was kind of stressed, and rather than snoozing that alarm when it went off and I wasn't able to take it, I was just hitting go away because it annoys me, and that's bad. And then there is another type of migraine medication called an abortive, which is designed to stop it. And you're probably sitting there going, well, why don't you take that? Because it'll get rid of it. The reason I'm not taking that is because it's 6 p.m. and if I take that now, I will be asleep for the rest of the day, and I will have a hangover tomorrow, and I have to go to work in the morning. So what I'm actually going to... I'm still... If you've been following the saga of the treatment of my headaches, I'm still waiting for an appointment with the oxygen therapy clinic, because oxygen therapy is supposed to be a really good way to stop an in progress migraine headache, but I haven't got that sorted yet, and I'm still assuming that using oxygen won't leave me feeling awful the next day. So I really don't like taking the medication to stop them. I'm kind of the screw it, I will ride it out school of thought. And apparently some of that is to do with how my brain is, which is one of the things I'm trying to get help with. So, yeah. I've done a lot of reading in the last 4 or 5 days about my brain and the way my brain is. And apart, I kind of know what's going on in my head. But a lot of the things that I just thought were things that were me are also because of how my brain is. So, hey, yeah. Who knew, hey? Who knew? So, yeah, my head hurts a lot. Did I say I'm away in a hotel tonight? I don't know. So this I've tried to recording this commentary a few times. I'm away in a hotel tonight. I'm in a new hotel, which I always find a bit of a challenge. It appears to have decent internet, but I'm not going to be finishing any videos to upload them tonight. But yeah, it appears to have decent internet, so it's going to go on the list of good hotels, apart from the fact actually the desk setup I've created is reasonable. It doesn't have a good desk chair, but that's okay, because I'm generally only going to be here for one night because it's a hotel that I'm paying for. But yeah, I ended up taking I ended up leaving work a few hours early because my head was hurting, and I would probably be sensible to, well, I don't know actually. So I have to. There's two approaches that I can take when I feel like this. I can curl up in a ball and hope I fall asleep. That's usually accompanied by either listening to or watching YouTube videos if I can get my brain to concentrate, or music or something like that. And basically trying to go to sleep, and then sometimes I might take some of the medication which helps stop them. Or I try and be really stubborn and ignore it. Now, all it's going to do is hurt. And that's not me trying to be tough or anything. There's nothing beyond the fact that my head is going to hurt. It might hurt worse, but it's just going to hurt. Back to farm sim for a second. We're going to buy the 3 fields that we need. So through the stuff selling in the BGA, we made a decent amount of cash. It was in the money. It had gone up to about 290 grand from selling stuff in the BGA. So we're buying fields 32, 37 and 18. So that's a sugar beet, a potato and a cornfield. So that's going to give us our pig feed for the pigs. Yeah. So, I'm not going to drop down dead from this if I push myself. It's just going to hurt. So if I can keep myself busy and distract myself, I go from a long evening in a lot of pain to an evening being in pain but doing something constructive like this. So yeah. Next job is to sell to put the slurry in the manure through the BGA. That will help re-earn some of the money that we've just spent. So I'm going to go grab the bucket for the manure. The pigs have yet to produce that much slurry at the moment, so we're not too worried about that. We will need to be bringing that back, so it might be that I pick up another tank to do that with. We might want to get something faster to shuttle the slurry between the 2 farms and the manure, obviously. Some sort of fast tractor. Fast tractor. No, not sure. Not sure what we could use for that. Yeah. So that's kind of where things are at the moment for me. And that's the fact that I wasn't feeling great over the weekend was, and talking about distraction. Because you might be thinking, well, wait a minute. Maybe actually you might not be thinking that. But so the reason there were 2 Maze Plus videos at the start of the week that were data driven was on Sunday. Basically, I threw myself into Excel for several hours because it's one of the things that I enjoy, and it helped break me out of a bit of a negative mental spiral. So And, you know, I had fun looking at data. People got a hopefully useful educational thing out of it. And, yeah, that was kind of that. I know that from a CFG point of view, I shouldn't have the bucket so high. And that's why the tractor's a little bit unstable. What I was trying to do is, because it was lifting the back wheels up, so I was trying by raising the bucket up, although the centre of gravity was higher, it was further back. So I was trying to experiment, see if it put more weight over the back tracks rather than wheels. So, and that probably what I should have done is pick the back weight up, because the rear weight probably has a pin that will attach to that trailer. But I was not being lazy, but maybe not doing the correct thing, shall we say. I also didn't completely empty the bucket for some reason. I have no idea why, other than that probably I really just wasn't paying that much attention for doing this. But as I was doing this, I was watching Prometheus on Disney Plus, which I've seen maybe once or twice before. Long enough ago that I'd forgotten some of the details of the film, which is the perfect point to rewatch it, and I really enjoyed it. So, I also realised that we have quite a lot of roosters, like 60 of them, rather than one. So we're going to sell 59, and we're going to rebuy some normal chickens so that we increase our egg production. Because that would seem to be a more sensible thing to do, wouldn't it? Because roosters do not produce eggs. Do you know that? And yeah, probably don't want rooster milk. That's something completely different. So yeah, we're now up to, I should have brought an extra one actually, because we're currently up to 89 chickens or hens and one rooster. Yeah, so next month into combining the wheat. I'm not going to get the oats combined in this video. That'll be a job for next time. And that's probably a good point to talk about the fact that I asked, and in fact, now is also a good time, because I can delete the previous time reference I'd written down, because in a previous version of this commentary, I said some things I was going to have to edit out, to say thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. And in the patrons video last week or the week before, and I may have mentioned this in the last Valley of the Ultron video actually, once we have harvested in fact maybe even just when we get to August, the end of August, I'm going to add Maize Plus and Enhanced Animal System, probably. Not precision farming. Yeah, I think I have spoken about this, because I remember saying the not precision farming bit. And we're just going to turn up the challenge, interestingness, something like that. No, I find animals without Maize Plus is so hands-off. I mean, that's maybe not helped by the fact that this map has grazing built in, and we've made sure that all the animals graze, so we don't have to feed most of them, except the chickens and the pigs aren't eating that much. So yeah, I don't know, but adding Maize Plus is going to make it more fun, more interesting, more stuff to do. Yeah, I do remember talking about this, but I'm going to finish talking about it. So for feeding the pigs, because this is a bit that definitely reminded me, I am going to make it so that the production we have produces a complete pig food to feed the pigs. If you want to see a more authentic Maize Plus pig farming experience, I am working on a mini series for it. I've almost got the first video done. It's quite a lot of work, and I've been finding getting that series going quite challenging, because it's interesting to me, it's new and it's change. And have I spoken about the fact that I've been having some problems with how my brain is lately? Did I mention that? So yeah, that's progressing. I did a bit of it over the weekend, but not as much as I would have liked. So yeah, but we're getting there, and I'm hoping to get the first episode out for that later this week. Hoping. We'll see. it depends how the rest of this week goes. This week's changed a little bit because we've got to do another trip into London for Mrs. D on Thursday. So actually that's going to change. Yeah, I need to let Paul know that as well. So I am not going to be able to do a Terror live stream this week. Oh well, that's just a note to myself, I guess, to message Paul and let him know. Only found out today, so yeah. Anywho, live remembering of things, but yeah, that may change what content I get finished, because that's going to wipe out most of Thursday. It's really weird, and the drive into London from where we live is not that far. It takes freaking ages because traffic. Yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. We can't control this stuff. We just have to go with it. So, yeah. So I had to combine the field on an east-west direction because there is a fairly significant slope that runs north-south, and the combine really struggled on that bit of the headland to actually climb up the hill. I think in future years we will be investing in a better combine. If I can keep it so that we are producing reasonable amounts of stuff to put through the BGA, then we should keep making money. That will change with Maze Plus, obviously. But I think if we've also got the use your words, man, use your words, the logging area, and as we get that cleared, I'm probably going to put animals in there, maybe pigs, bit of Clarkson farm style, bit of Clarkson's farm style, maybe. I'm not sure. I am thinking that we need a nursery farm for the piglets so that we can maximize the return on those. If you watched the video from Monday about Maze Plus and pigs, although I'm not going to be doing the feed, and it's not quite the same because we're going to be making pig food in a slightly cheatier way using chaff, which is quite a high volume, low value crop. So although the silage is worth quite a bit, particularly if we'd put it through the BGA, but we have a BGA, so one of the things with pigs is you need to be putting their manure through a BGA, and with Maze Plus and the new animal food additions, you're going to get a lot more slurry and manure once the pigs are a bit older. So having the mini BGA is going to make us a ton of cash, basically. So yeah, that's kind of cool. But I think as time goes on, we will keep expanding this farm, because did I mention I'm really enjoying playing this map? Did I mention that? It's great fun. Yeah. I do love. I have never. This is the first of. This is Black Sheep map. Whoever made this map, I think it's a Black Sheep morning map. If it's not, I apologise to the map maker. But it's the first of this modder's maps that I've played, and I really like it. For me, it's a very different style. It's not an English map. And it's not, the yards are very different to any of the other yards that I've played on. Yeah. I know I keep banging on about the fact I like this map, but hey, if I'm enjoying it, that means I'm making content on it. And to be honest, of the farm sim videos that I make, if other than tutorials, it's the most watched, so clearly you guys seem to like it, so it's obviously a positive all round, I guess. Kind of a win-win. Let's go with that. Yeah, let's go with that. And yeah, and actually the process of making this or recording this commentary has been a win for me, because that little bit of talk, well, the lots of talking, not all of it you guys actually got to hear, and it's all been deleted, so you're never going to. That's between me, the microphone, and the hotel room. Hey. Anyway, it's been a quite cathartic process for me. It's been good for me. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better about things, having had that bit of airing. As I say, if you're having struggles, find someone to talk to. Whether that's like an online thing, there are online therapy things, I think, so you don't actually have to talk to someone. Yeah. So mine started with a WhatsApp message to Mrs. D. That might have been a bit of shock for her as she sat drinking her cup of tea on Monday morning, but hey, as I said, I've got an awesome wife, and she stepped up. So pretty much done with the combining. Once we've got that done, we'll have a look at how much we got off the field. So we had in the silo before we started, I didn't make a note of it, but I did go back and look at a save game backup, and we had about 17,900 litres of wheat in the silo already. So we've got a decent amount by the time we finish, which is going to be good because maybe we're going to need a bit more to feed the animals. With the Maze Plus, I might customize the chicken feeding as well, keep that simple, but we might end up using some of it in feeding the cows. I'm not sure. We'll have a look. So the fact that we've got more is going to be good. We might end up milling some of it for the cows, as I said. But we'll get this tipped in the trailer and we'll see what we've got. And I'm really liking these trailers. Apart from the fact that it means using the same trailers on both of the Let's Plays that I've got active at the moment, I'm really tempted to use them on Taxthorpe as well. So anyway, jumping ahead a little bit so that I can fit everything in. We ended up with about 40,000 litres off that field, which I think is pretty good. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. Comments, questions, suggestions below. And if you're struggling, talk to someone. It's not a bad thing. You're not weak, especially if you can actually talk about it. That is not weak. It's a hard thing to do. So do it. And I'll see you next time.